friends, it's Christy. Welcome to Bitly Diddly Has Plans. In today's video, I am sharing with you what I've been doing in my B6 Common Planner, as well as this beautiful Archer and Olive book that I have turned into a 3-year journal. Alrighty, so let's take a peek. Alrighty friends, so I thought I would start with this 3-year journal. I am setting it up for 2024, 25, and 26. So it's not something that I'm actually journaling in just yet. I'm just putting it all together, and trust me, I'm doing it all manually by hand, not using a ton of stickers. So it is taking me a little while, but I'm super excited and I'm really looking forward to it. It's also been just kind of a neat little project for me. Sometimes it's just kind of fun to just play in your planners or your notebooks and kind of craft or whatever, be creative off camera. Just kind of, I sit in front of the TV, or, you know, I put a video on or something, stream something, and I'm in the dining room at the table with all of my markers and pens all over the place, and my kids and my dog and everything. And so sometimes I just kind of like creating without the camera on. So this gorgeous book, as I mentioned, is from Archer and Olive. It was in, I think it was in the last sub box of 2022 of last year. And it is beautiful. It's such a special book that I was at a loss for, like, what do I do with this book? Like, I wanted to make it something special. And my friend Saya from Saya Planning has a 5-year journal. I think it's one of the Hobonichi ones. And I've seen Joshi Corin make one from an Archer and Olive. I've seen other people with videos about their 5-year journals. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make one out of this book because it's just beautiful. It's got this rich green velvet cover with the gold foiling here, the plain cones, and sort of the florals here. And then it's this beautiful ribbon tie, and then some, like, I think this is like copper color to me, or you could call it rose gold, this copper color gilding on it. So what I did was I did a little bit of math, and I am turning it into a 3-year journal, like I mentioned, for 24, 25, and 26. So I'm just gonna flip through what I've done so far. Haven't put my name in it yet because I haven't decided if I want to use one of my vinyl stickers or just try to handwrite my name in. But this is the inside of the cover. And then this I did here myself. So this is one of my favorite sayings. It's something that I say to parents all the time that are raising kids, especially with mine going off to college. The days are long, but the years are short. Trust me, as a parent, there are no truer words. And so I just kind of did this by hand. I was doing the little florals here. One of the YouTubers that I love to watch, her name is Shada Campbell, and she does beautiful florals with brush pens and with watercolor. She's just an incredible artist. And so she does a lot of little videos on, like, here's how to doodle, or here's how to make wildflowers. And so I just kind of watched hers and just kind of was inspired by her style and how she kind of does it. I did these with Tombow brush markers here, this little like round circle here. What I did was I took one of my bowls that I had because it was the perfect size, traced a circle, and then I did this quote within that penciled circle, and then I took the markers and kind of created this little wreath around it. So that's my opening page. And then what I did here was I divided this, so I did each year on a page, and I thought I would do maybe like kind of like highlights, year at a glance, maybe there's a little photo or just kind of something. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to capture sort of the year in at a glance. Maybe I'll write things about what I'm looking forward to each year, and then kind of the rest of the journal will be what actually kind of happened in my life. So I did a page for 24, 25, and 26. And so I love this whole little like color scheme. Again, I got this from Joshi Corin. She had kind of picked a color for each of the months. And so what I did was I looked at my Tombow markers, because she did hers with her Zig Clean Color dot pens. And I have all the dot pens, and I kind of laid them out and figured out what was like the corresponding Tombow. And so that's how I kind of figured out what colors I would use for this. And I think it's really pretty. It kind of follows that Roy G. Biv, that red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet kind of color palette. And so here is my first kind of cover page. So this is January, and these are separate little petals. I have this washi, I'll show you, I have it right here. I I think I picked these up from Michael's somewhere a long time ago, like when I first got into decorative planning. And they're just these individual petals. And so you can use them to make flowers with. So like here's one of the pink ones. And when I think of January, I kind of always think of blues. Like whenever I'm in my regular planner, I always do blues. So I just kind of put some little petals here. And then this is a monthly script from Mandy Lynn Plans. I ordered a bunch of those. If you've seen any of my recent haul videos, I ordered these on the transparent paper for my B6 Common Planner. You'll see them again in that book. So this is the first month page, and I'm keeping it pretty simple. And then what I did was I calculated out that I could do the 3 years, and I divided each page with 3 days. So this is January 1, and I've got 24, 25, and 26, and then so on. And so you'll see each of the colors. I kind of just do this little circle here just to give the page a little color. So this is all of January. And then when we get to the end, I was just drawing, because I went through and I drew all of the grid first. I realized, oh, I probably shouldn't have drawn all of this in, and I should have just left this blank. So I live and learn. You'll see I kind of correct myself in the next couple of months. So here's my title page for February, which I haven't done. I was kind of thinking maybe I might film some of the title pages, like me putting them together. I might try to film some of that. We'll see. Like I said, sometimes it's just kind of fun to create off camera. So that's what I have so far. It was just the January page. And again, I'm going to keep it really simple, friends. And then here's February, and there's its color dot and the 3 years and so on. And then I've got March's title page here, and then we go into March, and you'll see I kind of figured myself out. So March has 31 days, so I left all of this blank, and I figured I could use this to put pictures, or I was going to say ticket stubs, but you don't get tickets anymore. They're all digital even when you go to a concert and that kind of thing. But just, I don't know, I could use this for just extra memory space, something visual or whatever. And so then April, and April is sort of this kind of peachy orange color. And then we've got May. I'll do a title page. So I've only done the January title page, but you'll see May, and I haven't even written the years in yet. But then it goes all the way. So I'll just kind of do a little flip. You can see the different colors. So I've done that so far. There's June. And then when you get to December, this is November. December is this pretty little lavender color. These are my extra pages. So I'm going to leave this page blank. And then one of the things that Joshi Korn had in her book that I thought was really cool was a then and now page. So then will be January 1 of 2024, which is when I start the book. And the now will be when I end it, which will be December 31st, 2026. And what she did is she has then and the now, and then she's got a bunch of like questions or just kind of things about herself that she answers for each page. So like, I think she had like her weight, like what's her favorite song, what is she watching, what is she reading, what is she listening to, like all those kinds of things. Maybe I'll put like news headline or something, like what was happening in that time and space on the first day that you start the journal, and then what's happening in time at the end of the journal. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to do a then and now, and then I just have, it worked out really good because I just have just a handful of pages left that are blank. And again, what I can do here is I'll just leave it for like, maybe if I want to throw some pictures in here, some extra memories, or maybe there's a day where you can see I only have just a small section to write in for each year. Maybe if there's a day where there's more that I want to write, then I can just go ahead and I can fill in here in the back in the blank pages. So I did kind of want to leave a couple pages blank. So I feel like that kind of gives me a little bit of wiggle room in the book. But so that's where I am so far with this, friends. If you've watched any of my weekly plan with me's, I know I've mentioned it a couple times that I've been working on it. This is something that I kind of do in my spare time, usually on the weekends. That's why I haven't gotten too far. But this was a lot of work. Drawing the grid in and drawing all these little boxes in was a lot of work. I mean, the dot grid is nice because you kind of get a pattern and you get it worked out. And then I did all of these dots. This went a little faster, and it's all just my handwriting, friends. And I think that will kind of make the book, I think, a little bit more meaningful, especially when someday my girls have this, and maybe future grandchildren, I don't know. But I know that for me, like, I love seeing my mom and my grandma, my grandpa's handwriting. And so I thought it would be kind of a nice touch for me to do this book mostly by hand. I think kind of the only thing that maybe I'll really do some stickers and that kind of thing is maybe with my monthly pages, and I'll just do something simple like this. I really love how this turned out. I really haven't used these petals very much, but I just thought this was perfect for January. So that's it. That's where I am with my 3-year journal. I'm glad that I finally got it to a point where I could kind of share it with you and you could get the gist of what I was doing and kind of how the 3 years are blocked out in this beautiful, beautiful book from Archer and Olive. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so here is my B6 Common Planner, and friends, it did take me a while to get started on it. I will say this. Having a book that's undated, I like the idea that I could kind of play around with it. I also got undated because her dated books, the numbers are so small and so faint. I couldn't see them because I've looked at my friend's Santa's and I just needed bigger numbers. And so I like that I have the undated. The one thing I will say, again, because my eyes are getting old, even with my glasses on, the lines of the grid are super faint. I'm hoping in her new version that she just launched the dated versions. I'm hoping that the undateds will come out soon because I think I'll go undated again. I am hoping that the grid is a little bit darker and that way I can see it a little better. But what we have here is I have the cover, the clear cover that I bought from Sterling Ink, and this piece of vellum here is also from Sterling Ink. You can see it in my haul videos that I did, but I love how this looks on the mauve. I think the same color that in her new launch, I think she gave it a different color name, but it looks very similar to the same color that this was. Here's just my little pencil board. So I left this page blank. And then here, I love how this turned out. So again, here's those little petals. These transparent stickers are from the Happy Planner, just from some books that I had gotten from Michael's. And I thought this was a great quote for this book. And then I just hand wrote, because this is for July through December of 2023. And then this page here, I did just like a little quote spread. Again, these are all from the Happy Planner. This is one of my favorite sayings from the live action film Cinderella with Lily James. I thought that was a great movie and I loved this quote from it. So again, this is just my own handwriting. I will say you can see the bleed through, kind of the shadowing from the other page. This was, I think I used a micron pen, and so it does kind of bleed through there. So that was kind of a bummer after I worked so hard on getting this page to look the way I wanted it to look. And then you can see this box coming through, but it's okay. It's fine. Kind of, that's what this book is for. I'm experimenting with it and learning about the paper and everything. So then here on these pages, what I did was just kind of a year at a glance. And what I thought I would do here, because there's journaling pages in the back, I thought I would kind of do like, what am I looking forward to? So like in July was coming up. What's going to be happening in July? I'm going to write for August. What do we have ahead of us in August? So since this was at the beginning of the book, I wanted these boxes to kind of look forward, if that makes sense. And then here, the pages kind of stick together because I had stickers that I was like moving around. And so some of the adhesive is still on here. But what I did here was, these are the goal breakdowns, and you know I'm terrible at goals. So I kind of took from the Moxie Life categories of goals and kind of use the same kind of colors. So I have physical environment, which I'm considering my home, financial, fun and recreation, family and friends, health and wellness, and personal, kind of the things that I thought like meant most to me right now where I am in this season of life. And then kind of what I did was I tried to figure out like, what are some of the things that you can do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, half year, 1 year, and someday. So like for home, someday Scott and I want to have a ranch house, right? When the girls go off to school and we kind of get closer to retirement, we're talking about doing something with a little bit of land. And so what's my dailies? Well, I do the Clean Mama routine. So I do the daily 5, and then weekly are my weekly tasks. Monthly are the rotating tasks. And I kind of want to start on a purging program every month. now that the girls will be gone. Quarterly, I want to look at, things that need to be replaced in the house. We remodeled our house. Gosh, it's been 20 years now almost. So, things are getting ready to be replaced. And then half year, I want to do reorgs and do some storage, and then patio furniture in a year. Next summer, I want to have patio furniture. So same kind of thing. I just kind of tried to write out some goals. I don't have everything. I just, like I said, goals are hard for me to come up with. But just kind of some things that I want to work on or hope to achieve kind of throughout the year. And so then these little transparent dots, I kind of matched up to, these are mild liners that I used for these colors. And then these transparent dots are just dots that are on all of my sticker sheets that I got from Mandy Lynn Plans. On all of the monthly sheets, there's all these little dots. And I was like, these are perfect just to kind of like use as bullet points. So that's how this worked out. I really like how this looks. When I first did this, I did these circles here and I thought, oh wait, I probably should have done circles here. And I was like, well, I don't want to do circles again. That'll look weird. And then I thought, oh, just do highlights. And so I really actually like the way this turned out. Again, I'm just trying to figure it out, friends, and how I want to use this book. Okay, so then here, this is where you're kind of supposed to do like a monthly focus. So I outlined July, August, September, again, using those mild liners to kind of coincide with sort of the categories. So I put some things down here for each of the months. And then what I did here was I set up each month, and instead of doing it like a habit tracker, I like having sort of like a year at a glance calendars where I could put in everybody's birthdays. I put when I have some meetings and conferences and that kind of thing. And then these, so what I did was I hand wrote the months, and then these are from freebies from Mandy Lynn Plans. They're little brush strokes, and so I put those over the top, and I love how they look. I think I'm going to go back in and order a bunch of these because it looks so good. So then here is the rest of the 6 months. This focus sticker from here and on the previous page, this is from a Happy Planner book, and thankfully it was transparent, so it works. And then the numbers here, these I ordered from Sterling Ink, and then I just wrote in obviously the days of the week so I would know, like my mother-in-law Sue, her birthday is on a Tuesday, the 10th is a Tuesday. So I wrote in again birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of thing. More of those brush stroke stickers from Mandy Lynn Plans. The November is a little bit dark, but I can still see it. I don't know if you can see it there. I'll bring it a little closer. But yeah, so I love how that turned out. And then we get into the first month. So on the monthly views, they give you 2 extra months. So you actually get 8 monthly views. And I just kind of covered some things up, friends, just for privacy. But this is just using a Tombow. I did like a big color circle here. And this idea, I kind of get this from Karina Loves to Plan. She does these like ink splots a lot in her Plan With Me's, and I really think they're pretty. My months throughout the book are all from Mandy Lynn Plans. This washi, this whole little like sticker kit is from Sterling Ink. I just thought it was beautiful, this lemon. So this is like a washi that's actually die cut. So it's cut around the shape of the leaves and the flowers and all of that. And then I love this one here that I bordered up along the top. The days of the week are from Mandy Lynn Plans as well, but my numbers and my dates are from Saya Planning, and this is why I love the undated, was because I got these big bold numbers from Saya so that I could see them. So she printed these on transparent paper for me. So this was June, and I'm using just these little metal clips here for now so that I can turn to the monthly. So this is July. This is Sterling Ink as well. Mandy Lynn Plans, and then Mandy Lynn Plans across, and then the Saya numbers. So I'm doing just highlighting and writing in. I really want to keep this kind of simple and straightforward, not a ton of stickers. And then here we have August, again, a Mandy Lynn Plan, and then more of the scripts and Saya's dates. And then here I took some of those dots because the colors I thought looked pretty good, and I kind of put them where I had birthdays. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then September, so I've kind of got September starting to map that out with birthdays and just kind of conferences. Isn't this beautiful? I love this kit. Mandy Lynn Plans again. Oh, and what I've been doing here is writing down my Tombow number so that when I go back and I have to add things, I remember what color this was. And then here's October. This is Tombow 912, again, Mandy Lynn Plans. and Saya. So I have birthdays and my conferences in here so far. And then this is November, sterling ink again. I think this purple is a little not quite the right. I was trying to get something not quite so dark as this, but kind of in this family, and I didn't do such a good job there. And then I have December. This is washi from Fern Creek Stickers. I just think this is beautiful, and because it was green, I really liked it for December. So again, more of Mandy Lynn plans here and here, and then the dates from Saya Planning. And then here's another one of the extra months, January. Again, more washi from Fern Creek Stickers. I just thought this was gorgeous. When I think of January, like I said, I always think of blue. So this blue star, this came from, I think this was in her like last January. So just kind of mapping out birthdays so far. And then this leads into the weeklies, which I've not done any weekly planning yet, friends. I'm not quite sure how I want to do this. I think these columns are going to be really narrow for me to write in. I was thinking about maybe converting it to a horizontal. We'll see. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And then this little tab here. So this tab takes me to the journaling pages, and these tabs are from Mandy Lynn Plans. This is it's the blue set that I want to say, is it called Ocean maybe? Anyway, she has a whole video on how to like actually put them on, because it is kind of tricky to put these little things on. And then once you do, and you can see I'm even a little crooked, once you do put them on, there's no getting them off. I mean, I could probably use undo to get it off, but you have to be really careful. So this was my first journaling, and what I did was I decided that I kind of wanted to use my different color Sarasa dry pens that I got in the vintage colors. There were 2 packs that I bought. So this is sterling ink. It kind of goes with my monthly that I used for July. So here's July. So this is all part of that kit. These are pieces from there. So I took some of the washi, and then I did some of the circles here. And then I started writing with sort of a color that I thought coordinated. I'm not going to get into fountain pens. I promise you, friends, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I have, just some of the Sarasa dries, so I thought, I'll just play with them. These are covered, friends, just because I have some things there that I want to keep private. But I am so excited. It was kind of fun to journal again. I just think it's really neat. So that's where I am. You can see I'm not journaling every day. I kind of just started this. The month kind of got away from me at the beginning of the month, but now I'm kind of getting into it. But I just love, I think it looks really good when you have like stickers that you're writing around. I like the way it looks when you kind of shape your text around them. I just think it's really cool. So I'm really excited. So I'll continue with the journaling. There's nothing here in the rest of the book that I've set up. I just kind of got the monthly set up. And like I said, I may do some weekly planning. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. But for right now, I kind of just love it to have a monthly view and, some goals, and then the journaling. I just think it's really, really cool. So I'm super excited with the way this is turning out. I like, kind of having this 6-month undated book to kind of play with and kind of figure it out a little bit, what I want to do with it. I like the way the monthlies are looking, just really simple, a little bit of color, a little bit of floral for me, and then just highlight and pen, so hopefully my book won't get too thick. I kind of like the way I worked these out. I'm proud of myself for doing some goals. And I love that instead of doing this as habit trackers, because I really was, but I thought, oh my God, that's a lot of habits every month. I don't think I'm going to do that. I really like that I used it this way, because I do reference this kind of stuff a lot. Like, hey, what's coming up? Who's got birthdays? That kind of thing. And then this too, just kind of taking. So I kind of took from my goals and just kind of like, okay, so for July, we're getting ready to move the girls, and let's do some of these things. And so I think that's kind of fun. And I kind of like the idea of not future planning, but just looking forward to, what are we looking forward to as we get into the last half of this year. And then I just think this came out so cute, friends, if I do say so myself. I'm self-conscious about my handwriting and my lettering, and so I was just really proud about the way this came out here. So there you have it. So that's what's been going on in my free time, friends. When I'm not doing Plan With Me's, I'm playing in these 2 books. Look at how beautiful they look together side by side. Anyways, enough chit chat from me, friends. That's a peek into my 3-year journal that I'm setting up to start in 2024, and what I've been doing in my B6 Common Planner from Sterling Ink. Alrighty, friends. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can catch future content on my channel. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.